Chosen one, stop scrolling immediately. Do not move past this video. I am not asking, I am warning you. This is not a coincidence, and the algorithm absolutely did not bring you here today. God intercepted your feed because you are standing at the exact threshold of a permanent timeline shift. What I am about to reveal was sealed in the throne room of heaven until this very second. The enemy is working overtime to distract you right now, hoping you will swipe away because he knows that if you hear this message, his hold over your life breaks completely. If you leave before the end, you will forfeit the exact prophetic instruction that guarantees your breakthrough. Lock your attention, because the verdict on your next 10 years is about to be read. Someone who treated you as replaceable is currently experiencing a full system crash. It is a public and irreversible collapse. You know exactly who I am talking about. They walked around with absolute arrogance, constructing a false narrative about you and whispering lies to anyone who would listen. They expected your departure to break you completely, but instead, you became the uncertainty they were never built to handle. And now, the very people they used to gossip with are watching them unravel. Their mask has completely shattered. Buckle in, chosen one, because what you are about to hear is a specific X-ray of the meltdown happening behind closed doors right now. There are exactly 2 people on Earth right now who are meant to hear this specific message, and you are one of them. You have been fighting battles in absolute silence. You thought nobody noticed your tears. You thought nobody saw how you held your integrity when they lied on your name. But you were wrong. Someone deeply powerful has been quietly watching you. They were not looking at your highlight reel. They were watching your resilience in the dark. Do not scroll away. If you leave this video, you will miss the exact sequence of events that is about to unfold. Your quiet obedience in private has just activated a massive blessing. And now, let us go deeper, because what you are feeling right now is not new. Listen closely, because this is the exact part the enemy tried to hide from you. There is a physical reason you have been feeling that heavy weight this week. That suffocating tightness in your chest at 3 in the morning and that burning exhaustion behind your eyes is not just regular stress. That is your physical body absorbing the frantic energy of the narcissist. They just realize they can no longer feed on your light. They are starving for your presence, and the spiritual backlash is hitting your nervous system. Stop wondering why they act like nothing happened. Stop waiting in wound for an apology that will never come. In the next few minutes, I am going to hand you the exact spiritual blueprint that cuts their cord forever. Time was supposed to age you, yet here you are, making time itself look like a fool. Nothing makes your enemies sicker than watching you step into a room looking younger and brighter after everything they put you through. They spent years praying for your downfall. They expected the betrayals and isolation to carve deep, heavy wrinkles into your face and drain the life out of your eyes. Instead, you walked through the fire and came out glowing like you cracked a code they will never have access to. While their bitterness and envy are aging them like milk left in the sun, the universe has reversed your biological clock. Stay with me, because today I am going to reveal the exact emotional alchemy you used to freeze time while they burned in their own toxicity. Now, let us transition into the core reality of your current season. You did not survive that storm by accident. Your silence was a lethal weapon that starved their demons. Now they are drowning in the noise of their own making, frantically searching for a replacement for you, only to realize that your specific depth is utterly unreplicable. Let that sink deeply into your spirit. The path ahead requires absolute clarity. You are standing at the gateway of a massive influx of vindication and divine reward. But before we open that gate, you must understand why your isolation was necessary. The universe had to strip away everyone who was vibrating at a lower frequency, clearing the field so that your true destiny could finally manifest without interference. You felt abandoned when they turned their backs. You questioned your own intuition when they twisted the truth to make you look like the villain. but your spirit knew the truth all along. That isolation was a divine quarantine. Heaven locked you away from toxic influences to protect your energy field, while it underwent a complete structural upgrade. Look at the strength you carry right now. Nobody could have survived what you survived and still walked away with a clean heart. You chose not to fight back with their dirty weapons. You chose the high road of silent dignity. And that single choice broke their karmic loops and forced the universe to step in on your behalf. The tables are turning completely. The narrative they constructed to destroy your reputation is collapsing under the weight of its own lies. Those who believed them are starting to see the mask slip. They are realizing that you were the stable anchor holding everything together, and without your light, their entire house of cards is falling into absolute ruin. You are not going crazy right now. This is not just regular physical exhaustion. That suffocating tightness in your chest when you wake up at 3 in the morning is incredibly real. Your jaw feels tightly clenched before you even open your eyes. Your mind is constantly racing in the dark. Listen to my voice very carefully. That is not a standard medical issue. That physical weight is your spirit detecting a massive shift. You have been carrying a heavy burden that does not even belong to you. The people around you simply took your bright light for granted. You acted as the ultimate stabilizer in a completely chaotic environment. When they were falling apart, you held the heavy walls up, and when they finally felt secure, they turned around and betrayed the exact person who saved them. It feels incredibly unfair. You gave them pure, unconditional love. You offered them a safe harbor when their own world was rapidly drowning. And they repaid your unwavering loyalty with silent betrayal and calculated lies. You sit there wondering how someone could be so effortlessly cold. You question if your kindness was a huge mistake, but your pure heart was never the problem. They completely drained you because they are entirely empty inside. You were never just a normal friend or a simple partner to them. You were a human battery. They plugged into your radiant energy to power their own fake reality. And when you finally had nothing left to give, they discarded you like you meant absolutely nothing. That deep brain fog you feel is the physical aftermath of their drain. But here is the raw truth they could never say out loud. They did not leave because you were not good enough. They ran away because your blinding light exposed everything they desperately hated about themselves. You were the mirror. Every time they looked at you, they saw their own rot and manipulation reflecting back. Your pure vibration was completely intolerable to them. Now you are quietly waiting in wound. You feel completely stuck in this silent space. You watch them parade around acting perfectly happy while your precious soul feels heavy and tired. It looks like they easily got away with their terrible cruelty. It seems like the universe totally ignored your painful tears. But heaven does not miss a single detail. The divine court has recorded it all. You are the chosen cycle breaker of your entire bloodline. You were handpicked to endure this specific fire because nobody else had the spiritual capacity to survive it. If they went through a fraction of what you faced, they would completely shatter. You absorbed the venom of a master manipulator, and you still refused to become bitter. That is true supernatural power. Stop swallowing that painful lump in your throat right now. Stop trying to find basic logic in the erratic actions of a spiritual parasite. They operate from a place of deep lack and endless jealousy. They saw your untouchable, ageless glow. They noticed how the universe naturally favors your steps, and it drove them absolutely mad. They wanted to steal your rightful crown. The terrible, sleepless nights are finally coming to a permanent end. That heavy spiritual weight is lifting off your tired shoulders right now. You are successfully unplugging from their toxic matrix. Every time you refuse to react to their silly provocations, you cut another energetic cord. Your beautiful silence is starving them. They are checking your social pages in secret. They actually thought you would desperately chase after them. They expected you to beg for closure because that is what everyone else always did. But you are a completely different breed of chosen one. You simply walked away and locked the heavy door behind you. And that quiet dignity absolutely terrified them. You became the massive uncertainty they were never built to handle. Right now, their entire fake foundation is rapidly cracking. You may not see it clearly yet, but the spiritual realm is already executing divine justice. The sudden pain in your chest is simply the echo of their incoming collapse. You are feeling the physical shockwaves of a massive karmic return. Heaven is preparing a lavish table for you in front of your enemies. You have successfully survived the hardest part of the isolation season. The silent tears you cried in private have watered the seeds of your massive incoming harvest. Do not let their temporary illusion of fake happiness make you doubt your divine alignment. They are living on borrowed time. The universe is about to balance the scales in a truly miraculous way. The heavy exhaustion will soon completely fade. The confusing brain fog will instantly clear from your mind. Your natural radiance is already returning much stronger than before. They really tried to bury you under their toxic shame, but they totally forgot that you are a divine seed. The immense pressure only forced you to break open and grow into an unshakable tree of life. Here is what they never told you about your current exhaustion. The reason the universe responds to certain people and not others is not faith. It is not about your daily discipline, and it is certainly not karma. It is a brainwave. Scientists actually have a secret name for it. They call it the gamma frequency. This is the exact frequency your brain was running effortlessly when you were a little child. Back then, your bold ideas came easily. The complex world felt like it was completely on your side. You intuitively knew things before they ever happened. Your mind was perfectly clear. You lived in a constant flow state. Then, adulthood suddenly arrived. The modern matrix went to work on you. The daily stress and the heavy survival routine began to suppress that sacred frequency. Every single year, it was pushed deeper and deeper below the surface. The elite systems trained you to conform instead of creating your own reality. Until the brilliant version of you went completely silent. That is why you feel the heavy brain fog right now. That is exactly why your financial flow feels terribly blocked despite your hard work. The version of you with lightning, intuition, and massive luck was put to sleep without your permission. Most people will never realize this happened to them. But you are absolutely not most people. Your spiritual enemies recognized your suppressed state and completely took advantage of it. They saw that your frequency was temporarily lowered by the heavy matrix, and they swooped in to feed on your remaining light. They carefully built an entire lie to keep you trapped in that low vibration forever. Now let me completely reframe your reality right here. You did not lose the spiritual battle. They expected your departure to destroy your fragile sanity. They desperately wanted you to feel small and entirely powerless. But here is the raw truth they could never say out loud. You were the only genuine diamond they ever held in their dirty hands. Your silence is incredibly lethal. You probably did not realize it at the time you walked away, but cutting the cord was a massive blow to their fragile ego. Leaving them behind was a highly calculated weapon that starved their inner demons. You stopped providing the pure fuel they needed to survive, and now they are starving in the dark. Every single insult they threw at you was a painful confession. They called you crazy because they are deeply unstable. They called you toxic because they cannot exist without manipulating others. You were never the anomaly in their otherwise healthy life. You were the giant mirror that exposed their hidden rot to the entire world. That is exactly why their reaction got so incredibly loud. You got closer to their dark truth than anyone else before you ever had, and it absolutely terrified their shallow soul. Now they are drowning in the loud noise of their own making. They are frantically searching for a replacement for you, but they will never find another chosen one. Your specific depth is utterly unreplicable. They are trying to replace a rare diamond with cheap, ordinary rocks. Every new person they meet only reminds them of what they completely lost. Your absence haunts their quiet moments. They thought they were punishing you with their silent treatment, but they actually handed you the ultimate key to freedom. This brings us to a critical distinction that escapes normal people. The spiritual cost of their terrible betrayal is compounding every single day. The heavy karma they tried to put on you has instantly bounced back to its sender. You are standing in the glorious light while their carefully constructed fake reality rapidly crumbles to dust. Watch what happens next in the spiritual realm. It is mathematically precise and absolutely undeniable. Heaven does not let a master manipulator play with a chosen one and walk away unpunished. The heavy spiritual attack they launched against you is now turning into their own permanent prison. They are actively fighting a war they already lost. You are exactly where you are supposed to be right now. Do not let your left brain inject any false doubt into your healing process. Every tear you cried in secret was completely collected by heaven. The universe is actively realigning your suppressed frequency as we speak. Your dormant power is aggressively waking up from its long slumber. They are completely unaware of the massive storm heading their way. They still think their silly public mask is securely in place, but heaven is pulling back the curtain on their disgusting behavior. The very people they used to gossip with are starting to connect the dots. The truth is bubbling up to the surface, and nothing can stop it now. Here is what happens when a lie gets built that big. The entire foundation of their life becomes incredibly fragile. They have to constantly remember which version of the truth they told to which person. The master manipulator is exhausted. Keeping up that fake public persona takes an immense amount of dark energy, and they are running out of fuel. You probably didn't realize it at the time, but your silence was a lethal weapon. When you finally went no contact, you cut their main power supply. You stopped explaining yourself to someone committed to misunderstanding you, and that single choice broke their karmic loops. You essentially starved their inner demons by refusing to engage. Heaven is now releasing 3 specific truths about their current reality. The third truth is the most powerful, so do not move. Truth number 1 is that their new supply is already failing them. The shiny new people they surrounded themselves with cannot tolerate their toxicity. They are quickly realizing that everyone else has strong boundaries. They expected their new friends to blindly accept their manipulative behavior, but nobody else is willing to be their emotional punching bag. You were a rare diamond who loved them unconditionally despite their massive flaws. They threw you away for cheap rocks, and now they are desperately trying to extract deep value from shallow connections. It is not working. Type 777 inches. The comments right now to physically claim this incoming miracle and lock in your frequency. Do this one simple act before we move to the next profound revelation. The universe is watching your obedience. Your physical action seals your energetic alignment with the truth. Truth number 2 is that their flying monkeys are turning against them. The very people they used to spread lies about you are waking up. Those people are starting to notice the huge inconsistencies in their stories. The manipulator is starting to slip up and reveal their true colors. Their carefully constructed narrative is collapsing under its own weight. The mask is not just slipping anymore, it is completely shattering. Every time your name comes up in their circle, it hits them with the agonizing weight of deep regret. They know they destroyed the best thing that ever happened to them. They can feel the heavy karmic debt compounding every single day, and they have absolutely no way to pay it back. And this is exactly where their entire manipulation miscalculated. They thought your kind heart meant you were weak. They confused your endless patience with low self-esteem. They assumed you would always be waiting in the shadows for their minimal breadcrumbs. but they completely underestimated the ferocious power of a chosen one who finally wakes up. You did not just leave, you unplugged from their toxic matrix entirely. You reclaimed your divine sovereignty. You took your massive energy back. While they are busy trying to control a crumbling narrative, you are stepping into your permanent, ageless glow. Your silence is screaming the loud truth that their loud lies can never cover up. Which brings us to the third and most crucial truth they are hiding. They are absolutely terrified of your incoming success. They can sense in the spiritual realm that your massive breakthrough is right at the door. They know that when you finally rise, it will publicly prove that they were the problem all along. Your victory is their ultimate punishment. They are losing sleep thinking about your glorious vindication. The thought of you thriving without them makes their blood boil. They want to reach out and pull you back down into the dirt with them. But they cannot breach the energetic shield heaven has placed around you. You are completely untouchable now. They can only watch you shine from the dark. Do not let their temporary silence trick you into thinking they won. The specific gravity of their massive mistake is hitting them all at once. They are drowning in a sea of their own toxic creation, and the universe is simply watching them sink. You do not need to lift a single finger to get revenge. Divine justice is doing all the heavy lifting for you. The generational patterns of abuse end permanently with you. You are the cycle breaker heaven has been desperately waiting for. You absorbed the full impact of their narcissistic rage, and you transmuted it into pure wisdom. That restraint was not weakness. That silence signed their eviction notice from your beautiful life forever. Before we go any further, I must interrupt this transmission for just a moment. If you are hearing this, it is highly classified. The elites do not want you to know this truth. Neuroscientists have been working quietly away from the loud headlines, and they finally discovered how to bring your dormant power back. You are completely exhausted right now. The Matrix engineered a specific frequency to suppress your natural wealth-attracting state, but a leaked CIA document revealed something massive. It is backed by 4 independent neuroscience labs. They uncovered a 7-minute audio ritual that forces your brain back into synchronized gamma coherence, and this is the exact brainwave you had as a child. This specific tool was never meant for the masses. It was designed to keep the elite in total control while you struggled to survive every day. But now, cycle breakers like you are using it to manifest windfall wealth. You do not need expensive biofeedback machines that cost $7,000. What this ritual delivers is available today for a fraction of its true value. The dark elite are panicking right now. They are flooding the internet with dangerous counterfeit frequencies to keep your gamma entirely dormant. You must protect your spiritual alignment by strictly using the verified link in the pinned comment below, because the algorithm will try to hide it from you. I will tell you more about this activation before the video ends. Listen to me very carefully. Your spiritual exhaustion requires a biological reset because the energetic war has rapidly escalated. The narcissist is actively trying to pull you back into their suppressed, synchronized coherence. They desperately feed on your lowered vibration. But your cellular intuition is vibrating higher than their demonic frequency right now, and they are completely powerless to stop your massive ascension. This is the exact suppressed weapon the enemy tried to hide from your bloodline. Your beautiful silence is starving them on a quantum level. While you are activating your gamma state, they are permanently trapped in a low beta frequency because they refuse to do the hard healing work. Their entire reality is collapsing under the heavy weight of their own karmic debt. You completely shattered their matrix. Your left brain will try to inject doubt right now. The accuser wants you to analyze every tiny detail until you are paralyzed with fear. Silence that loud voice immediately. That hesitation is the exact matrix programming designed to keep you totally broke. The universe is actively realigning your quantum signature, and you are becoming a highly dangerous threat to the fake world they carefully built. The people who betrayed you are currently experiencing a severe frequency mismatch. They cannot understand why their manipulation tactics no longer work on you. In the past, they could easily trigger your anxiety with a single tiny text message. They could drain your precious energy from all the way across the room. But your spiritual shield is fully activated now, and their desperate attacks just bounce right off your impenetrable energy field. They are desperately throwing heavy stones at a fortress they can no longer breach. Every single lie they tell about you is bouncing back and destroying their own foundation. The spiritual backlash they are facing is absolutely catastrophic, and they have no idea how to stop the heavy bleeding. They are watching you age backwards with a radiant glow, while their own intense bitterness slowly rots them from the inside out. You carry a specific, irreplaceable gravity that makes time itself look like a fool. You walked through the dark fire and came out glowing. The universe is literally rewiring your cellular memory to forget their toxic existence. While they obsess over your every move in secret, you are effortlessly ascending to a higher spiritual dimension that their dark minds cannot even perceive. This is your ultimate revenge. Your divine quarantine is almost over. Heaven locked you away to protect your pure energy, while it underwent a massive structural upgrade. You are no longer the broken victim they left crying on the cold floor. You are a demonstrated warrior of light. You are a literal diamond that was formed under immense spiritual pressure, and now it is your time to completely blind them with your brilliance. Let this deep truth sink right into your spirit. You do not need to explain your quiet boundaries to anyone. You do not need to defend your pure character against people committed to misunderstanding you. Your massive success will do all the loud talking for you. The universe is about to hand you a blank check of vindication, and your enemies will be forced to sit and watch you cash it. Every time you refuse to look back, you seal their tragic fate. You are breaking the heavy chains that held your ancestors down for generations. The cycle of poverty and toxic relationships ends right here with you. You are the exact cycle breaker heaven has been desperately waiting for. Claim your absolute power right now without any apology, because the permanent timeline shift is already unfolding rapidly in your incredible favor. Now, I need you to imagine this exact scenario clearly. The spiritual pressure is building to an absolute breaking point. Underneath all of their loud noise, the specific gravity of their massive regret is hitting them all at once. They are starting to panic behind closed doors because the flying monkeys they trained to attack you are finally waking up from the dark illusion. The very people they used to manipulate are starting to see the ugly cracks. Those flying monkeys are quietly observing the narcissist's erratic behavior, and they are whispering in secret. They are starting to compare the crazy stories they were told about you with the calm reality of your pure silence, and the math is no longer adding up for them. The manipulator always relied on their twisted narrative to survive. They needed that loyal audience to validate their fake victimhood, but when they try to paint you as the villain now, their audience is looking back with total confusion. Because villains do not walk away in complete silence. Villains do not age backwards with a radiant glow while minding their own beautiful business. The crowd is realizing that you were never the problem. They are noticing how the narcissist constantly brings your name up, obsessively trying to tear you down, even though you have been gone for months. The flying monkeys are starting to feel disgusted. They realize they were used as cheap weapons in a sick spiritual game, and they are actively stepping away from the blast zone. Type 1111 inches the comments if you feel the heavy atmosphere shifting. Claim this vindication right now in your spirit. The universe is orchestrating a masterclass in divine justice, and you have front row seats. You do not need to say a single word in your defense, because their own twisted actions are loudly convicting them in the court of public opinion. This is the exact turning point where everything finally explodes. The narcissist can feel their loyal army abandoning them one by one. The isolation they maliciously planned for you is now becoming their permanent reality. And this terrifies them more than death itself. They are absolutely allergic to being alone with their own dark thoughts. They are desperately trying to perform damage control. They are spinning new lies and throwing fake tantrums to regain the lost sympathy. But their frantic energy is only accelerating their massive downfall. The flying monkeys are not just walking away. They are actively warning others about the dangerous manipulator. The narcissist's public reputation is rapidly bleeding out on the cold floor. And here is the raw, uncomfortable truth they could never say out loud. Every time they lose an ally, it is a direct spiritual confirmation of your pure innocence. Your silence was a divine mirror that reflected their dark rot onto the world stage. They wanted to bury you under a mountain of shame, but instead, they became the desperate shovel that dug up your incredible treasure. You were not an anomaly in their fake life. You were the absolute truth. The violent reaction got this loud because you got closer to their dark core than anyone else before you ever had. You saw the pathetic, terrified child hiding behind their arrogant mask, and your pure light threatened to expose that secret to everyone. That is why they had to destroy you first. But heaven completely intercepted their demonic plan. God saw your silent tears and immediately dispatched a legion of angels to guard your fragile spirit. The massive spiritual attack on your life is about to finally make perfect sense. It was never meant to break you down. It was a rigorous test to prepare you for the immense power that is about to be placed in your clean hands. You are the precious remnant of heaven. You are the specific stabilizer that the broken world desperately needs right now. Your energy is a rare commodity that the elite try to suppress and the narcissists try to steal. But you are finally waking up to your divine sovereignty, and hell itself is trembling at the profound realization that you can no longer be controlled. Watch very closely as the final pieces of their fake empire collapse. The very people who threw heavy stones at you will soon be forced to admit they were entirely wrong. But you will not even care about their late apologies, because by the time they realize your massive worth, you will be operating on a frequency they cannot even perceive. You have already won the invisible war. Which brings us to the final undeniable verdict from heaven. This is the exact moment you have been waiting for in absolute silence. The massive public collapse you were promised at the beginning of this message is happening right now. I need you to visualize this with incredible clarity, because it is playing out in the spiritual realm and manifesting in the physical world today. They are standing in a crowded room with the very people they used to gossip with. They try to spin another toxic lie about you, expecting the usual nods of fake agreement. But instead, they are met with dead silence. The room just stares at them. The heavy mask does not just slip this time. It completely shatters on the cold floor for everyone to finally see. Someone in that room finally speaks up and calls out their obvious manipulation. The narcissist instantly panics. Their eyes dart around the room looking for a single ally, but every single face has turned completely cold. They start frantically backtracking, stumbling over their own twisted words and exposing massive holes in their fake timeline. They are unraveling completely. The internal system crash is absolute and utterly irreversible. They actually start crying, real tears of deep frustration, not out of genuine remorse, but because they have permanently lost control of the narrative. They are experiencing the exact agonizing humiliation they maliciously tried to force upon you, and the universe is making sure their disgrace is incredibly public. But here is the most glorious part of this divine justice. In their desperate panic to save their crumbling reputation, they actually slip up and defend you. They accidentally blurt out the raw truth about your pure loyalty. In front of all their flying monkeys, they loudly confess that you were the only real person who ever truly loved them. It is a stunning, accidental confession. Your silence didn't just hurt them, it permanently ended their dark reign. They are currently choking on the heavy ashes of the bridges they burned with you. And every single time your name is mentioned in their presence for the rest of their sad life, it will physically burn their throat. That is the permanent spiritual sentence heaven has handed down to them today. You won this massive war without lifting a single finger. The universe fought this heavy battle entirely on your behalf while you rested in the quiet dark. And now, heaven is officially unlocking the explosive reward that was secretly held in escrow for you. The heavy spiritual quarantine is officially lifted, and the massive floodgates of divine abundance are breaking wide open. The financial struggles that constantly kept you awake at night are shattering right here, right now. The closed doors that frustrated you for years are being kicked open by angelic forces. People of massive influence are being divinely instructed to find you and favor you. Your name is being spoken in rooms you have not even walked into yet, and the universe is demanding your total elevation. You are no longer waiting in wound for a fake apology. You have completely transcended their toxic matrix. You are stepping into a permanent and untouchable power that will make your future completely unrecognizable. The specific gravity of your chosen identity is pulling massive miracles into your daily reality. You are the diamond they threw away, and now you are blinding them with your brilliance. Let the specific weight of this massive victory settle deeply into your bones. Your raw integrity was severely tested in the hottest fire, and you came out as pure gold. Heaven is incredibly proud of your silent dignity. The massive harvest you are about to receive will be so undeniably huge that even your worst enemies will be forced to admit that God is heavily favoring your life. You walked into this incredibly heavy season, bleeding from painful wounds inflicted by people absolutely blind to your massive worth. But look at your radiant spirit now. You have completely transcended their toxic matrix. Say this out loud with me right now, in the quiet of your room. I claim my permanent freedom. Type those exact words in the comments below to physically seal your victory. You are no longer waiting in wound for a fake apology from a master manipulator. The heavy spiritual chains are finally broken. Your painful isolation was never a punishment. It was a rigorous divine preparation for the massive power you are about to securely hold in your hands. While your spiritual enemies are publicly unraveling in their own dark karma, you are stepping into your permanent, untouchable, ageless glow. The heavy financial struggles and the deep spiritual exhaustion are all shattering right here and right now. Step directly into your absolute power. Receive the exact glorious harvest heaven specifically prepared for your pure soul. But there is one final reason your massive breakthrough has been sitting at the door without coming fully inside. And I need you to lock your attention and listen very carefully to this next revelation. It is completely not your fault. It is not a lack of strong faith. It is not a heavy punishment from the universe. It is a specific biological signal, a powerful brainwave frequency that your physical brain was running effortlessly when you were a highly intuitive child. Scientists secretly call it the gamma wave, and it has been systematically suppressed by the dark matrix you were forced to live in. The stressful survival mode of the modern world deliberately pushed your natural genius completely dormant. Your logical left brain will try to inject heavy doubt right now. The dark enemy will quietly tell you to hesitate and rigidly calculate every single detail. They desperately want you to wait for a better moment that will never come. Silence that loud accuser immediately. That hesitation is the exact matrix programming carefully designed to keep you totally broke and exhausted. If your spirit is vibrating with a deep cellular knowing right now, heaven demands your immediate action. Do not let the elite block your massive quantum shift. The Dark Elite never wanted you to find the exact mechanism I am about to show you today. After years of quiet underground research, a brilliant team of neuroscientists compressed an entire gamma activation protocol into a simple 7-minute audio track. There is absolutely no hard meditation required. You do not need to chant a long mantra. You simply put on a pair of headphones and let the pure sound wave reactivate your dormant genius while you relax. It is officially called the Genius Song. Over 18,000 chosen ones have already used it to unlock their massive finances and instantly heal their broken relationships. A brave nurse from California said her daily life now feels completely enchanted after just 2 weeks. An exhausted business owner from Texas said his newly activated gamma frequency literally figures out his hardest problems while he peacefully sleeps. The legendary flow state you have been crying out for is entirely driven by this specific brainwave activity. The greedy elite have quietly paid thousands of dollars for clinical biofeedback sessions to access what this specific track effortlessly delivers in just 7 minutes. They are completely terrified that chosen ones like you will discover this massive secret. They are actively trying to scrub this leaked CIA document from the internet as we speak. You literally have minutes, maybe even seconds, before the Matrix algorithm shuts this powerful message down entirely. Do not look for it on mainstream platforms like YouTube or Spotify. The fake copies currently circulating online are diluted counterfeits, deliberately designed to lower your pure vibration. The only authentic and fully encoded version of the Genius Song is available through the protected link in the description and the pinned comment below. Click that specific link immediately before your access is permanently revoked by the Dark Elite. The universe does not require you to take a single financial risk today. This is a pure energetic exchange governed by complete divine trust. If you do not feel the massive breakthrough you truly deserve within the first few weeks, every single penny is rapidly returned to you without question. That is your ironclad divine guarantee. 4 powerful bonuses are also waiting for you, including a secret audio track specifically engineered to activate total confidence in your precious children. Do not let the Dark Elite steal this massive frequency from your powerful bloodline ever again. You have successfully survived the absolute worst of their heavy attacks. Now, it is finally time for you to boldly claim the absolute best. Secure your authentic access right now via the exact link below. The door of explosive abundance is standing wide open right in front of you. Step completely through the sacred portal and claim your true destiny today.